Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Friday Night SmackDown, live in the 301 Arena in Philadelphia.
From Honolulu, Hawaii,
Soruka making her way down to the ring. And if you guys remember last week, Roxanne Perez defeated Jade Cargill for the Women's United States Championship because of Soruka. And now Soruka looking to gain momentum back on track here. Looking to get her way back to the Women's World Championship against Jade Cargill. But ladies and gentlemen, her opponent here tonight, the leader of the Kick Nation, in Dakota Kai.
and her opponent, representing Damage Control from Auckland, New Zealand, Dakota Kai.
Dakota Kai also wants to get back towards gold. If you remember, she was fighting for that Women's United States title against Jade Cargill, but Jade was dominant until she met Roxanne Perez. But ladies and gentlemen, this will be one hell of a match to kick us off here tonight, as Dakota Kai, Soruka, here in the 301 Arena in Philadelphia. And this match is underway as Charles Robinson rings the bell, big form by Soruka to start out this match. And now look out, Ruka kick to the midsection, and Ruka plants Dakota Kai, going for the pin to beat Dakota, and a kick out by Kai. And now Ruka and Dakota back on their feet here. Big kick by Ruka. Big reversal by Dakota. And now Dakota and Ruka elbow collar tie up here in this match. And now working over the arm of Dakota Kai is Soruka, former women's champion. And Soruka, big punch, down goes Dakota. And now there's a chop. And now big arm drag by the former women's champion. And now Ruka gets up Dakota, sending Dakota off the ropes. Big leapfrog into a fall away slam. Now Soruka goes to the top rope. Ruka, what does she have in mind? Beautiful moonsault. Going for the pin. There's two, and a kick out by Dakota. Kick to the arm, and now Ruka gets up Dakota here. Big punch. And now Dakota Kai getting caught with the combination by Ruka into another face first. And now Ruka went for that moonsault. Dakota rolled out of harm's way. Now rolling up the former women's champion. Big kick out by Ruka. And you gotta think, if Dakota can pin Soruka, that would get her in line for a former women's championship match. Big kicks to the face and just slamming down the head of Ruka. And now what does Dakota have in mind? Locking in the headlock on Soruka, but Ruka fights out of it, pushing off Dakota. And now look at Ruka, has up Soul. Oh my God, big down with the slam. And now Dakota Kai went for the reversal by Dakota. Now look at these two women throwing haymakers at one another. Big right hand. And a slap by Dakota. And another slap by Soul. And ladies and gentlemen, these two women wants to leave it all on the line here tonight. Big right hands. And now Sol and Dakota refusing to give up here. Big chop. And now both women unloading here. Both women just throwing haymakers. And now Dakota sends Sol off the rope, stuck under. Big kick, no. Big form into a drop kick. And now both women are down. Dakota using the ropes to get up on her feet. Clothesline, down goes Dakota Kai. And now Sol Ruka taking the opportunity here to catch her breath and showboating to the crowd. Count of 3 by Charles Robinson. Dakota Kai got back inside the ring. Big form. Now kick to the back. And now Dakota going with the knees. Going for the pin. There's only a 1 count by Sol Ruka. And now what does Dakota have in mind? Sol Ruka, I think, went for that Soul Snatcher. Big forearm. And now Sol Ruka once again went for the Soul Snatcher. Big reversal by Dakota. And now Dakota for head of steam. Big ass boot in the corner. And now Dakota Kai off the ropes, and another big boot. Down goes Ruka. Kick to the back of the knee, and now Dakota Kai could be in trouble. Sol Ruka powerbomb, going for the pin. There's 2, and a kick out by Dakota. And now Ruka has Dakota Kai right where she wants her. Soul Snatcher, no. Big kick. And now Dakota, she's looking to put an end to this match. Big reversal by Sol Ruka. And now Sol Ruka went for that Soul Snatcher, but there's the DDT. And now Ruka rolls out of harm's way. Dakota Kai on the top rope. Dakota Kai missing the cross body. Big chop by Dakota. And now sending Sol Ruka off the ropes. Big arm jack. Going for the pin on Ruka. There's 2. And Roxanne, or Sol Ruka kicks out. And now Roxanne Perez, or Dakota Kai, my bad, ladies and gentlemen, kicked by Sol Ruka. And now Ruka lining up Dakota Kai. There's the Soul Snatcher going for the pin. There's 2, and a kick out by Dakota. And now Sol Ruka gets up Dakota. Big punch. Big reversal. And now super kick. Dakota Kai stayed on her feet. Big punch by Sol Ruka into another kick down. And now Sol Ruka with the moonsault. Dakota was trying to get up here, but now Dakota takes down Sol. And now what does Dakota have in mind here in this match? Giving Sol Ruka valuable time to regain composure. And now Sol Ruka could be in trouble. There's the moonsault onto Dakota. 1, there's 2, and Sol Ruka picks up the win. Wait a minute. There's Jade Cargill. She's furious that Sol Ruka cost her the United States title. Charles Robinson telling Jade to get the hell out of here. Jade Cargill proving a point here. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back after the carnage Jade Cargill just laid. And it is time for Finn Balor to get back on track here after losing the United States Championship at SummerSlam.
Is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Bray, County Wicklow, Ireland, weighing in at 190 pounds, Finn Balor!
And now Finn Balor is in one-on-one action just over a week away towards Berlin. And he doesn't want to use his rematch clause for the United States title. He says he's going to be waiting until he earns himself another shot at that United States Championship. But now Balor he's furious at himself for losing that US title. But it was one hell of a match at SummerSlam. But who is his opponent here tonight? And it's time for Grayson Waller to make an effect here on SmackDown. The Aussie is here.
Representing a town down under from Sydney, Australia, weighing in at 206 pounds, Grayson Waller.
Grayson Waller. He could build his way towards a future US title shot if he can defeat the former US champion here tonight. Let's get in to this match. Balor almost taking the head off of Grayson Waller. And now Charles Robinson calling for the bell. This match is underway. Balor, Grayson Waller. And now look at Balor with the brainbuster. And now Balor. We was talking about how he was fierce with himself after losing the US title at SummerSlam. And now just attacking the arm of Grayson Waller, but Waller gets out of it quickly, and there's the head scissor, down goes Balor. And now Waller trying to attack Finn Balor, but Balor went low. Balor attacked the knee of Grayson Waller. And now Balor again attacking the knee of Waller. And Balor now just relentlessing the assault on Waller. And now rolling up the Aussie with the roll up is Balor. But now Balor went for the kick. Big and Sid good. Stomping out the leg, but Grayson Waller finds the reversal. Big reversal. And now look at Balor dropping the elbow. And now Balor looking to put an end to this match. Going to the top. There's the coup de grace. Going for the pin. There's two and a kick out. Then Balor went for the coup de grace early. Big right hand. And now Balor once again with the form attacking the leg of Grayson Waller. And now Waller finds the reversal off the elbow. Big super kick by Finn Balor. And this has all been Finn Balor, ladies and gentlemen. Double leg takedown, went for the double front stomp, and now Balor got caught with the Irish whip into a spine buster by Waller. And now Waller trying to take the momentum out of Finn Balor, but Balor driving Waller to the outside. And now there's the top rope dive. No. And now Grayson Waller trying to find momentum, but once again, Balor finding the reversal. Into the ring goes Balor and Waller. And wait a minute, Balor with another coup de grace, going for the pin. There's two, and Balor can't put away Grayson. And now what does Balor have in mind? Kicks to the knee. Grayson though finds a right hand. And Balor with the knees to the face. Kick to the midsection once again. And now Balor drops the elbow down on Waller once again. And now Balor going to the top rope once again. And now there's another coup de grace. The third one of the match. Going for the pin. There's two. And Finn Balor knocked off Waller in dominating fashion.
Here is your winner, Finn Balor.
Finn Balor with an exclamation point to the United States champion in Randy Orton. But ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, we got tag team action as the Usos take on Chase U. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back here live, and here comes Duke Hudson representing Chase U.
The following is a tag team match set for one fall. Introducing first, representing Chase University from Adelaide, Australia, weighing in at 253 pounds, Duke Hudson.
Duke Hudson, he's looking, and his partner Andre Chase are looking to take a win by pinning the World Tag Team Champions here tonight. But it's not gonna be that easy, because here comes his tag team partner, the leader of Chase University, and Mr. Andre Chase.
And his partner, representing Chase University from Draper, North Carolina, weighing in at 216 pounds, Andre Chase.
Andre Chase and Chase U hasn't had much action here in Universe mode. They looking to rewrite the wrong though by hopefully, and Andre Chase's words, hopefully pinning the tag team champions who won at SummerSlam, regaining the 9th tag team championship after defeating the Street Profits. But it's not gonna be easy, because, ladies and gentlemen, they are accompanied by the OTC and the Wise Man, Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns. And ladies and gentlemen, Roman Reigns losing his WWE Championship just 2 weeks ago at SummerSlam in that triple threat match. But you cannot take away from Roman. He put everything on the line. Spear after spear after spear. But it wasn't enough for him to retain that championship.
And at a combined weight of 493 pounds, the WWE Tag Team Champions, Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso, the Bloodline.
And now Roman Reigns accompanying his cousins down to the ring here for this match. You gotta think Roman Reigns is looking to get back into that title picture as soon as he can. But on the SmackDown side of things, ladies and gentlemen, for Bash in Berlin, AJ Styles will take on Braun Breaker for the WWE Championship. That was made official after Styles and Breaker went face to face last week, after Styles pinned Orton. And then it was just made official, ladies and gentlemen. Soruka will challenge Jade Cargill for the Women's Championship. And in Extreme Rules, 2 out of 3 falls for the Women's World Championship. That will be one hell of a match, ladies and gentlemen. But on the Raw side of things, Cena will take on Ilya Dragunov, Carmella Hayes, Javon Evans for the Intercontinental Championship. Seth Rollins will take on Penta for the World Heavyweight title. And still, we gotta find out who will challenge Orton for the United States Championship. That will happen next week on Friday Night SmackDown. But ladies and gentlemen, let's get in to this tag team match. It looks like Jimmy and Duke Hudson will start this matchup. And there's a forearm by Jimmy. And their cousin Bobby won't be too happy if the Usos lose to this university wannabe team. And now Jimmy gets up Duke Hudson, and look out, Duke Hudson putting Jimmy onto the ropes, and now attacking the arm of Jimmy Uso. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, Jey Uso, former World Heavyweight Champion, after defeating Obafemi, or after defeating Gunther, my bad, and losing his title to Obafemi at Money in the Bank. And you still gotta remember, Aleister Black is still looking with that Money in the Bank contract, big double super kick. And now it's Andre Chase and Jey Uso here, the 2 legal men, the former World Heavyweight Champion, with the back body drop, going for the pin on Andre Chase. Is this gonna be enough? And now a kick out by Andre. Big punch, big reversal by Jey. And now attacking the arm is Andre. And now Jey attacking the leg of Andre Chase. Big reversal. And now Andre went for the boot. Jey caught the leg, and now taking out the roll-up pin of Andre, but Andre kicks out. Big right hand, and now Jey gets taken down by Chase. Jey reversing Andre into a drop kick, going for the pin on Andre Chase. Is this gonna be enough? And a kick out by the leader of Chase U. Big punches, and now Jey with the Samoan drop down here on Andre Chase. Duke Hudson does not seem like he wants to get back into this match with the tag team champion. And now Jey, he's measuring it up. And now there's a hip attack to Andre Chase. And now Jey looking to put the nail in the coffin with the Uso splash. Going for the pin. Duke is just watching it happen. but Andre kicks out at 2 inners. And now the crowd getting behind tag team wrestling here on Friday Night SmackDown. And look at Jimmy causing the cheap shot, and now tags to Jimmy is Jay into another double super kick. And now Jay getting Jimmy legal in this match, taking out Andre. And Duke Hudson does not seem interested, wanting the tag here in this match. And now Jimmy sends Andre Chase off the ropes, but Andre Chase finds the reversal into the corner of the bloodline. And now Jimmy gets sent back into the corner, big clothesline. But there's Jey Uso. Kick by Andre. And now Andre Chase trying to drop that elbow, but Jimmy finds the reversal. And now look at Jimmy into the kick to the midsection and just attacking the back of Andre Chase. Went for that super kick, big reversal by the tag champs into a headbutt. And now Jimmy Uso kick to the midsection, big uppercut. And now this has all been the bloodline. And now Jimmy Uso attacking the back once again here in this match. And another kick to the midsection, and down goes Andre Chase. And now Andre trying to get Jimmy off his feet into a Samoan drop. And now Jimmy goes from across the ring on the top turnbuckle. Jimmy went for a whisper in the ring, couldn't connect. And now Jimmy gets back up on his feet. Super kick, couldn't connect, and said Gary, down goes Andre Chase once again. Big forearm. Jimmy Uso slowing down the pace once again here in this match. Into a super kick. Tags to Jay. And ladies and gentlemen, former World Heavyweight Champion back. The legal man here. And now what does Jay? Oh my God, Falcon Arrow by Andre Chase. And now Andre Chase trying to build momentum, trying to be a one-man team here against the tag champs, but Jay finds the reversal, tags in Jimmy. I don't think Andre Chase knows, but now he should. There's the kick to the midsection. And now Jimmy Uso climbs to the top rope. Jimmy Uso went for the Uso splash. Couldn't connect. And now look at Jimmy. Went for the roll-up, but Andre Chase finds the reversal. Andre Chase with the side effect. And now Andre getting up Jimmy. But Jimmy, look at the speed of Jimmy rolling up Andre Chase here in this match. There's two, and the Usos with the victory, pinning Chase U.
Here are your winners, Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso, the Bloodline.
The Bloodline is victorious. Joined by Roman and Paul Heyman, celebrating the massive victory here tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back live for a main event here in the 301 Arena in Philadelphia. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes the man in Becky Lynch.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Dublin, Ireland, the man, Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch is in action against the new Women's United States Champion and Roxanne Perez, and now Becky Lynch. She's looking to gain momentum, gain that much needed momentum to get back to the women's main event scene. And if she can defeat the Women's United States Champion, you think she will have a United States title match sometime in the future. But ladies and gentlemen, it would be hard to derail the momentum of this woman, because ladies and gentlemen, the Prodigy,
And her opponent from Laredo, Texas, the WWE Women's United States Champion,
Roxanne Perez, after beating one of the most dominant women's superstars we've seen. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, Jade Cargill held the title, the United States Championship, for 100 days. And then she held the women's title when she lost the United States Championship for 64 days. So, ladies and gentlemen, Roxanne Perez, with much gained momentum, her ego must be through the roof, but she gotta focus up again if she wants to defeat one of the greatest of all times. Sports Illustrated said it. And now Becky with the form, but now look at Roxanne Perez getting up Becky Lynch here. Big right hand, and now Roxanne. You gotta think she's on top of the world. Into the face buster, going for the pin on Becky. Is this gonna be enough? And no, Becky kicks out. No way, Roxanne is 100% after that United States title match last week. Becky kicked to the knee, and now Becky Lynch rolling up Roxanne Perez. Is this gonna be enough? And no, Roxanne kicks out. The Women's United States Champion with the roundhouse knee to the gut. And now what does Perez and Becky have in mind? Locking up here, Perez into the ropes. And now Perez getting cheap shotted by Becky Lynch. And now Becky and Roxanne once again. Collar elbow tie up into the corner this time. And now Perez with the receipt. Becky deserved that one. And now Becky and Roxanne back into the corner. And now full head of steam goes Becky Lynch face first into the corner. And now Perez follows it up with the clothesline. And now Becky getting caught with the knee in the corner. What does Perez have in mind? Big punches to the face of Becky Lynch. Big slap. And now Perez. Big punches. Kick to the midsection and to another face plant. And now the Women's U.S. Champion getting caught by the roll-up by Becky Lynch. There's two and a kick out by the Prodigy. Into a clothesline. And now the United States Champion showboating on the man. I don't know if this was a good idea. And now Becky makes her pay with the clothesline of her own. And now locking in the submission, working over the shoulder of the United States Champion. But Perez gets out of it quickly. Perez kicks to the midsection. Perez with the DDT. Scrambling into the pin. Is this going to be enough to beat the man? And a kick out by Becky. Perez cannot let frustrations get ahead of her. And now Becky takes down Perez, now going to the middle rope. What does Becky have in mind here? Becky with the drop kick, sending Perez into the middle of the ring. And now Becky has Roxanne Perez looking for that suplex. Perez, though, attacking the leg of Becky Lynch. Big clothesline. Both women ran into each other. And now Perez with the pop rocks on Becky Lynch for the win. There's 2 and Becky kicks out. That's how she won the Women's U.S. title last week, was off the pop rocks. And now Becky climbs to the middle rope and drops the leg drop on the prodigy, Roxanne Perez. There's 2, and Perez barely gets the shoulder up. John Cone was so close of counting 2.9, and now there's a manhandle slam. Becky Lynch just pinned the Women's U.S. Champion. No. The resiliency of Roxanne Perez. Off the ropes, ducked under. Roxanne Perez with the arm drag. And now Roxanne trying to keep that momentum going, but there's the elbow. And now Becky Lynch has the prodigy face first in the corner. Big chop, big boot by Roxanne. And now there's a drop kick. And now Roxanne climbs to the top rope. Becky Lynch is in the drop zone for the frog splash. Going for the pin. There's 2, and Becky kicks out. And now Roxanne with the chop and another chop. And now Roxanne Perez with the side Russian leg sweep. Rolling into the pin. Hooks the leg. There's 2 and another kick out by Becky Lynch. And this is why Becky Lynch is a Grand Slam champion here in WWE. Big face buster. And now Roxanne. Kick to the midsection. Becky though finds the reversal. Turns Roxanne around. And now Becky measuring up Roxanne Perez. Big reversal. Roxanne kicks out the knee of Becky. And now Roxanne rolls up Becky Lynch, trying to steal a victory here in the main event. And now Becky kicks out. And now Becky and Roxanne trading blows once again, ducked under. Roxanne Perez getting caught with the drop toe hold. And now look at Becky rolling up Roxanne Perez now. Is this gonna be enough? There's 2, and Becky Lynch stole a victory. Roxanne Perez cannot believe it.
Here is your winner, the man, Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch just stole a victory off the United States champion. What a match, but thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. And we will see you for Monday Night Raw.